What we observe is not nature itself, but nature exposed to our method of questioning. Werner Heisenberg. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity. We should not distort it. APJ Abdul Kalam. We are all now connected by the internet, like neurons in a giant brain. Stephen Hawking. If I could explain it to the average person, I wouldn't have been worth the Nobel Prize. Richard P. Feynman. The universe is asymmetric, and I am persuaded that life, as it is known to us, is a direct result of the asymmetry of the universe or of its indirect consequences. Louis Pasteur. Equipped with his five senses, man explores the universe around him and calls the adventure science. Edwin Hubble. I'm smart enough to know that I'm dumb. Richard P. Feynman. The first gulp from the glass of natural sciences will turn you into an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you. Werner Heisenberg. I believe there is no philosophical high road in science with epistemological signposts. No, we are in a jungle and find our way by trial and error, building our road behind us as we proceed. Max Born. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. Albert Einstein. The universe is full of magical things, patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. Eden Philpotts. A scientific truth does not triumph by convincing its opponents and making them see the light, but rather because its opponents eventually die and a new generation grows up that is familiar with it. Max Planck. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. Carl Sagan. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Albert Einstein. I know of no area of human endeavor in which science has not had at least one important thing to say. Carl Sagan. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Charles Darwin. It is the theory that decides what can be observed. Albert Einstein. A scientific man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. Charles Darwin. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. Albert Einstein. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Albert Einstein. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. Albert Einstein. The universe is not required to be in perfect harmony with human ambition. Carl Sagan. I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius and we're skeptical. Arthur C. Clarke. Every great scientific truth goes through 3 stages. First, people deny it. Second, they say it conflicts with the Bible. Third, they say they've known it all along. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. Stephen Hawking. It is strange that only extraordinary men make the discoveries, which later appear so easy and simple. Georg C. Lichtenberg. The great tragedy of science. The slaying of a beautiful hypothesis by an ugly fact. Thomas Huxley. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. So is a lot. Albert Einstein. The universe is not only queerer than we suppose, but queerer than we can suppose. J.B.S. Haldane. The only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. Arthur C. Clarke. All of science is nothing more than the refinement of everyday thinking. Albert Einstein. A theory is more impressive the greater the simplicity of its premises, the more different kinds of things it relates, and the more extended its area of applicability. Albert Einstein. Mathematics is the language in which God has written the universe. Galileo Galilei. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Isaac Newton. The universe is a symphony of strings, and the mind of God that Einstein eloquently wrote about for 30 years would be cosmic music resonating through 11-dimensional hyperspace. Michio Kaku. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. Albert Einstein. The universe doesn't care what you believe. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Physics is like sex. Sure, it may give some practical results, but that's not why we do it. Richard P. Feynman. Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality. Carl Sagan. The universe is a pretty big place. If it's just us, seems like an awful waste of space. Carl Sagan. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Albert Einstein. I believe that a scientist looking at non-scientific problems is just as dumb as the next guy. Richard P. Feynman. A theory can be proved by experiment, but no path leads from experiment to the birth of a theory. Albert Einstein. The universe is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. Eden Philpotts. We live in a society exquisitely dependent on science and technology, in which hardly anyone knows anything about science and technology. Carl Sagan. The good thing about science is that it's true whether or not you believe in it. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Science is not only a disciple of reason, but also one of romance and passion. Stephen Hawking. It is a good morning exercise for a research scientist to discard a pet hypothesis every day before breakfast. It keeps him young. Konrad Lorenz. Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition. Adam Smith. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Abraham Lincoln.